The Coinsoris channel is pleased to have you back. Ripple was the most inventive firm from 2013 to 2018, which is horrible. Everyone, the answer is yes. Because of his status as a Barack, DeMeo is universally despised by the XRP community. You can see the link to the video I made earlier in the day in the top right corner, just in case you happen to miss it. I hinted at DeMeo Barack's personal struggles, namely, the XRP community's unfriendliness, earlier in the film. Yes. Excuse me? On the other hand, according to Barack, Ripple was the first to implement Clodius programmable value transfer, a feature that enabled decentralized networks to operate with exceptional speed, minimal energy consumption, cheap transaction costs, and absolutely no central authority. While they play catch-up with other blockchains, definitions, and NFTs, their goal is to establish an EVM connection to Ethereum so that they can access some of the liquidity in that ecosystem. This brings us full circle to the divisive subject of EVM integration. According to George Ashdown, the Peanut Butter Manifesto wasn't the greatest choice for this emerging sector because of what other participants in the area did with the technology to control the wild beast. He argues that a more adaptable strategy could have been required to guide this new industry in light of the fast development of this technology. Regardless, Ito, just nodding my head, Barack. 100% this has negatively affected the XRP ledger, whether or not you are aware of this is up to you. There is a current yes vote of 97.1% for the implementation of native smart contracts on the XRP ledger. Why someone would be against this is beyond me. As we watched Ethereum restructure its network, we noticed it going from a POW system with little throughput to a POS network that seemed to hit 100,000 transactions/second. Our dispute about including native Layer 1 smart contract capabilities remains unresolved. It is important that we all vote on this. In his tweet, the veteran had asked, "Do you want Hook's native smart contracts on the XRP?" To which he was replying, "It's ledger? Am I missing something? Is this a poll? I'm uncertain." Assuming a 93.6% consensus, I suppose we can call this a done deal. It appears that even Moon Lumbo has commented about this. Certainly, I get your argument. I am not one of the most intimidating computer nerds in the area, so I can't speak to the risks associated with such a move. You know what? The risk isn't zero. Given the substantial theoretical shift, is it really feasible to set up hooks on the XRP ledger? Is it possible for you to reply negatively to this? That is, in my opinion, a really good question. Lots of people aren't interested in tech development. I mean, I'm not without wells, and I doubt any of you are either. This is when the hooks feature comes into play. It would surely cause network congestion by reducing throughput and opening the gates to DeFi activation. As the XR spam shows, PL has issues processing 100 to 150 transactions/second. Congestion and tax increases are among the unforeseen repercussions he foresees if we utilize hooks to reduce it and ultimately enhance XR and PL activity. Ripple won't get us rich unless native smart contracts are implemented. Although congestion has the potential to raise the price of inexpensive payments, it would also define XRP's value and motivate us to enhance our throughput capacity. He remarks on this page. There have been some interesting remarks expressed. Let me say it again, I'm terrible at this. Therefore, I will not bore you with the details of my reasoning in presenting my perspective on this. To be honest, I'm still not sure which one is superior. What I mean is, I guess, that the technology is open to interpretation, it's all grounded in common sense. The higher the demand for the XRP cryptocurrency, the more reasonable it seems that the level of compatibility should be. Demand for XRP, if it were to operate on the EVM smart chain, would thereafter rise. That's just my biased opinion. Men, this is why we do research, yet, I still have to talk to developers to really understand the topic. This is the driving force behind our ongoing investigation into this matter. Well, Moon Lumbo and Emo Barack are definitely two of my favorite things. Taking into account their expertise in this area. You have the option of using the Flare network as well. The Flare token, meanwhile, has been skyrocketing as of late. I'll be happy to share the Flare price chart with you every day. You can see the V-shaped dip, boom, and boom starting in the spring of 2023, when Flare was at its lowest point around late October. Plus, the increase to this point is close to 3,000%. As a result, the flag token. At the moment of this recording, we are currently seeing about 0.031. So, it's a little more than 3 cents a token. This surge was ignited, by a slew of positive Flare news. Michael Branch has been extremely enthusiastic today after its co-founder Hugo Philium spread the word about XRP's incorporation on its network. The price of Flare has risen 7.1% in the last 24 hours, as of this writing. The price jumped 10% over the weekend as investors pondered XRP's potential impact on the protocol. Although Flare has a good relationship with Ripple Labs, an integration problem with XRP has been pending for quite some time. With their newfound dedication to finding a solution, Philium and his crew have Hugo Philion did bring up X in the outset when commenting on this. Sharing this with you was my only intention. In a tweet, King Do discusses the Flare and integration. Lots of Bitcoin and Ether maximalists don't even know what it is. For your information, we have been monitoring Flare since 2019. I anticipated that airdrop, which connects XRP to several top 15 assets, would serve as a significant integration push and utility token for XRP holders and Flare token users alike as we were preparing to launch it. He goes on to reassure them that everything is going to be alright, promising that they would soon get a warm welcome when they trade in their tokens for F assets, which will let them earn passive income. In response to Hugo Philion's tweet, Flare will connect all the dots. Flare is the one originating this. This morning, Crypto did tweet that FXRP is allowing XRP to engage with Flare and other ecosystems in a simple and effortless way, giving up new possibilities. This paves the way for DAP programmers to create applications that can interact with numerous complex cross-chain entities. Later on, he retweeted Hugo Philion's tweet about how FXRP will help bring XRP to Flare and other ecosystems using a protocol called Layer Cake Guys. Due to this, DAP developers can make DAPs that can talk to different kinds of cross-chain assets that are now on the Flare network or will be added in the future. Great to see developer Santiago Velez join the Twitter topic and bring up Hugo. With the XRPL Flare, it may also provide high-quality decentralized data to dApps built using hooks. In this article, we will go over the XLS47D modification and how Flare may supply decentralized data on-chain for DAPs as an Oracle supplier. Whether Flare has addressed this yet or not, rest assured that XRP integration is still in the works and that FXRP will soon make it possible for XRP to join Flare and other ecosystems through the Layer Cake protocol. More information regarding Flare's plans to link everything will be announced soon. Much obliged. Good morning, Crypto King Dilgo, and thank you, Hugo Philly, for sharing those. In order for XRP's prices to reach such absurdly high levels, its utility must expand. Introducing ISO 2022, the latest version that brings you even more amazing updates. Tomorrow, after France, UPI will debut its services in Sri Lanka and Mauritius. Today is a significant day since it marks the launch of India's UPI payment service in Sri Lanka and Mauritius, as stated by Prime Minister Modi. Mr. Modi mentioned that the UPI is now responsible for bringing together Indian partners, and he expressed hope that the new fintech services will be beneficial for both nations. Jump back to July of 2017 if you really have to. It all began when the makers of the UPI app in India revealed their plans to launch Ripple technology in the country. Despite their foresight, they find it difficult to embrace change. This is essential if they want to advance. As stated in this piece, one illustration of this change is the current widespread use of Ripple technology. Ripple, a platform that unites blockchain technology with traditional banking, has made quite an impression on the Asian market. Technological domination of the Indian subcontinent is imminent. It was all made possible by the UPI app and the men from NPCI. India is the latest country to get access to the UPI app, which is connecting an increasing number of nations. Launched into Sri Lanka and Mauritius on February 12, India's unified payment interface services were characterized by Prime Minister Narendra Modi as connecting historic commercial linkages with state-of-the-art digital infrastructure. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, his Mauritius counterpart, Provincial Duke North, and Sri Lankan President Ron Neil, I will not even try to say that last name, were all in attendance at a virtual event that also launched the Rupee card services of India. Mr. Modi expressed his hope that the new fintech service would be beneficial for both countries and said that the UPI is taking on new responsibilities as a uniting partner in India. Now here's a quote for you. As three friendly nations in the Indian Ocean region come together to bridge our rich history with state-of-the-art digital technology, we are celebrating a monumental milestone. Both Sri Lanka and Mauritius can benefit from the UPI system, in my view. The Prime Minister reportedly spoke about the revolutionary impact of India's digital public infrastructure. Everyone here knows that Ripple, XRP, is already a big deal in India. He also highlighted India's strategy of giving its neighbors first priority. To add one more quote, India has always been and always will be one of the first countries to respond to international crises, health crises, economic crises, and natural disasters. Hence, we are seeing UPI, an Indian service provider, use RippleNet technology to process payments over the XRP ledger in real time. UPI is also spreading its payment systems to other nations, such as Sri Lanka and Mauritius. Consequently, additional great news. An increase in demand is necessary for XRP's price to keep going up. Specifically, I'd like to thank ISO for this because it's just the start of numerous real-world applications that will help these countries out financially. I'm not sure how many of you paid attention, but the other day, CoinDesk pointed out the scoop here. Those are only two instances of the reasons why Kahneman is so enraged. Adrian Trecanni, CEO of Metaco, Peter DeMeo, and Metaco, CEO of Ripple's own custodial service, all departed from the company not long ago. They left the crypto custody firm after being acquired by Ripple last year. The resignations of Chief Executive Officer Adrian Trecanni and Chief Product Officer Peter DeMeo were announced by a Ripple spokesman. In May of 2023, Ripple acquired MetaTrader, a Bitcoin custody provider. We owe a great debt of gratitude to Adrian for spearheading the groundbreaking custody company and ensuring its smooth incorporation of the Ripple solution. Following the acquisition from the previous year, custody is crucial to Ripple's ability to keep providing its global clientele with first-rate enterprise crypto solutions. Some of you are probably wondering what the fuck happened down there and scratching your heads. I thought he should have remained. The time since the acquisition was barely 8 months ago. Put simply, there is a chance there may be a myriad of elements involved before Ripple acquires this. Have a nice evening. His assistance with digital asset custody became highly sought after by European banks, and he became a popular partner for them. Metaco company reportedly re-evaluated the bank's relationship with Metaco after acquiring HSBC, but the bank denied the rumors. Simply said, we have no idea what's going on with this. Since Trecanni was a co-founder of Metaco and Ripple, the XRP community understandably wonders if this is parse. Even though he had a tenuous connection to the economy last week, he had also served as Ripple's senior VP of products after the acquisition. As David Schwartz pointed out on Spaces, it's okay when folks leave, and Miriam is attempting to put a line under this, even though the new hires at Metaco company aren't exactly cuddly bears. Ratha Kahneman's decision to remain after the sale astounds me. On top of that, it's not uncommon for these men to be required by contract to remain for a specific duration. Who needs a year when you have Adrian or Kenny, CEO Adrian Trecanni, and Chief Product Officer Peter DeMeo? Which piques my interest. They both left at the same time. I do not know, is it okay with you? According to David Schwartz, it's probably for the best when people depart. If it works, it might promote certain Ripple employees to management roles, which could lead to more help with the custody dispute at Metaco. Who knows? I plan to closely follow this tale. Still, I maintain my position. We have been performing quite well for the past few weeks, and I would be very grateful if you could subscribe and let me know what you think. In the blink of an eye, you will hit 100,000. By March 31st, We need to obtain 100,000 subscribers in order to enter the contest for 2 Ledger Nanos. Additionally, I would be truly grateful if you could subscribe to my channel in the event that you enjoy watching.